Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is All Natural Gaming, and welcome back to our Redstone tutorial thing that we are doing. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Redstone Dust and the properties of Redstone Dust. Redstone Dust being this little line, if you're unaware. So it looks like in your hand. Now, first thing we gotta understand is, what is redstone dust? Redstone dust is a item that you place on top of a block. It's kind of like a wire. Now, when you provide power to the redstone dust, it lights up and can basically make a string of power go to whatever you want to be powering, whether it's a lamp or a piston, as you can see there. Now, redstone dust can be placed on top of a block like you see here. It can also, or it cannot, unfortunately be placed on the side of a block or on the underside of a block. It only goes on top. Now, you see here it is on the side, and that is just because since they're only one block away, it attaches, I guess. So this will allow you to go up. So you can see here that the only time it'll ever be on the side is like that. You can't put redstone there and it won't attach. So, moving on to this. Redstone wire, or dust, when provided with a power source like here, will only be lit up for 15 blocks. So you can see we go 15 blocks here, and then these last two are not lit up. Now, you can tell it's on by this faint brighterness, if that's a word, than this block. Also the particles coming off of it. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about primary and secondary power. Now, this is what you got to wrap your head around. So, primary power is when a power source such as a lever, a redstone torch, or a button, a pressure plate, anything like that, is touching a block. When I turn the lever on, it is giving this block primary power, right? Therefore, this redstone is going to light up because it's touching the block that is being powered, right? Primary power will power redstone. It will also power lamps, as you can see here. And it doesn't have to be on top. It could also, the redstone wire could be there, and it will still be powered. Now, this redstone is powering that lamp, so don't pay attention to that. But you can see here it also works with the lamp. And this will just show that any block touching the primary power block there is getting provided with secondary power. So in the case of a lamp or a piston or even redstone wire, it will be powered by that secondary power. And that can also be showed here, just so you can show even the block on top is powered. Now, you got to understand that redstone is still considered a block. The game even though you only see it here and the hitbox is only here, the game is thinking that it's a full block. So this redstone wire here is still touching the primary powered block. That's why this works. You can see here. Now, this works well for if you want to hide the wiring for a pressure plate. See, like that. Now, what you cannot do is this. This will not work. Why? Bam. See, this is powered because it's touching the primary powered block, giving this secondary power. Now, because this block has secondary power will not pass on to the next block. Otherwise, you'd be able to just keep on going with something like this. You would be able to essentially do that, and that redstone would light up, right? Because this is being provided with primary power, giving the secondary power. And if the secondary power just gave this and this secondary power, it wouldn't make any sense, right? So you cannot do something like this. Now, here as you can see, redstone wire needs a primary power source, basically, if that makes sense. It must be provided with primary power. See, this is getting primary. This block is primary powered right now, but it's not passing through the block because it requires that power source for redstone wire to be turned on. Now, if we go over here and we can see this, even though this redstone wire will not be lit up, this lamp will. And that is the difference between the wire and a lamp or a piston or a repeater even. We'll talk about repeaters and comparators more in later episodes, but a repeater will also be lit up. Now, the only time this block will be provided with a primary power is if the redstone goes directly into the block like that. For instance, if we make it turn, now you can see this is off. Now another way to get around this, if you don't mind putting redstone here, is you can put it up there. So if you need to branch that way and go over, it will power this. And that can be demonstrated here. This block, all these blocks are being provided with primary power, meaning excuse me, it's like that, right? Meaning you can power this block because this block is giving primary power and secondary power. Now, you cannot use redstone to power redstone. Does that make sense? You cannot take you need a power source to light redstone, such as a redstone dust, rather, such as a lever or a redstone torch or a redstone block or a button or a lever, or I think I already said lever, or a pressure plate or something like that. So next we're going to move on to a different type of power. So we'll be right back with that. So real quick, one quick thing I just forgot to mention is, remember how over here we have the primary power thing. So the power is going straight into this block, giving the block primary power, passing the secondary power on to the lamp, so therefore lighting the lamp, because this block has primary power. Now, and then if it goes off in curves, like we said earlier, it will not get it because this block is no longer getting primary power. It needs to go directly into it. Well, one quick thing I forgot to mention is, you see how we have a dot of redstone. That's just a single piece of redstone dust placed down. That will actually give primary power to all the blocks around it. So imagine if it's going like that to all these blocks, meaning it gives primary power to that block, so it will light up that lamp. This block, it will light up that lamp. Light up that lamp, light up that lamp. And you could also light them up there, or there, or there, or there, and anywhere that's touching this block, even below it. So you could really light up a huge amount of lamps with a very small amount of blocks. And we're just powering it with this repeater here. So that's actually a very useful thing, is that little dot of redstone. Now, what also it allows you to do is you could light up like the square of lamps. And how that's working is it's giving this block, that block, that block, and that block primary power. Because they have primary power, they're giving it to these outer corner blocks, powering them as well. So that's just a quick little thing. Hello and welcome back. We are back here with another type of power. Some people call this like tertiary power, or the third type of power, or diagonal power. And this is where you can power this piston with a redstone torch. Like that, right? Now, why this works exactly, I'm not entirely sure, because you'd think that this area of the block is on and it's diagonally touching this piston, so it works. But as you can see, if we were to put a block there and with a lever and use it, it does not work. Now, if we put a torch there, it will still work based off this principle, right? Which we already learned. But also, if we put a lever there, it will not work. So you gotta understand, it only works with redstone torches, or maybe redstone blocks. We're gonna find out right now together. I don't think I've actually ever tested this. Will not work. So it's only redstone torches. So redstone torches provide this diagonal power, right? This means that you can push two pistons with one torch. Now, it only will go down. As you can see, if I put a piston there, it will not work. And now, an important thing to remember is that it only works with pistons. For instance, you couldn't put redstone there. You could not put a redstone lamp there. It will not be lit up. Now, another thing to remember is that this redstone torch, even though it's up here, you can power the redstone dust down. And that goes back to that principle as well. So basically, that's all there really is to redstone dust. you can do some cool things with it. Now, real quickly, this is a little bit not an advanced technique at all, but a little bit more advanced than we're doing right now. If you needed two separate lines of redstone that did separate things, right? And they needed to be right next to each other, like this. But you do not want them attached, right? Because if you light one, the other will be lit. What you can do is redstone will not travel through this block. It will not go up and to the side. So if we put a block all the way there, you can see that this line of redstone is powered, and we will demonstrate that with this light. And this one is not powered, right? As you can see. Now, if we power this one, that one will go on. So that's an important thing to remember, is that redstone cannot be diagonally transferred through a block if something is in the way, such as that. I think that's all we have today. For today, we will continue to learn more about what we can do with redstone, what it does. Next episode, we will learn a little bit about the basic functions of what you can do with a repeater, right? This has been All Natural Gaming. This is Basic Redstone. Hope y'all enjoy. Remember to drink your coffee. I'll see y'all later.